Hey, what up, what up? It's Arona, aka Cinematic Cisse, and today I'm talking about Raw and Uncut. What a lot of the audience likes is things that are raw and uncut. What I mean by that is they really don't like sugar-coated stuff. I mean, some people do depending on their personality type, but for me personally, I like it raw and uncut, and that's how I like to do my films. And like I said, many people out there like it raw and uncut. Sometimes with your acting, you have to be raw. You can't just be this plain, bland individual who has no personality. I mean, I know it depends on the character you're playing. Well, like I stated in other videos, once you play those characters, put all your effort into it. Don't just be a boring actor, because I notice in some acting I see today, it's kind of dry. Even if you're playing a character and you only have 3 lines, and you're only in there for a split second, be that person. Be that raw person for that amount of time. Because your acting, it will reflect on other projects as well. All it takes is that one scene for someone else to say, hey, I really like how that person did this. I want to cast them in this. Like I said, this bland acting I see today, don't do that. Do it like they did back in the day. That was raw, uncut. That was very believable. You kind of had to be like a con artist in your acting. And same thing with the writing and the directing and just the way the whole movie is. The whole entire production has to be raw and uncut. Don't worry about woke culture and all that stuff. I don't like to speak about those things. I don't like to get into politics. But don't worry about all that. There's many people out there that like to see raw footage. When I mean raw footage, I'm not talking about behind the scenes. They like to see the real deal, nitty gritty, because that's what we need in movies again, not this bland stuff we see. Because if you look at reality is raw and uncut, and art reflects reality. I forgot who said that, but it's true. You walk down the street, what do you see? Reality. That stuff's not scripted or anything, and that's exactly how you want your movie or show to be. Is just like that, especially in stuff like Law and Order and these crime shows. I notice some of them are not as raw as they used to be, but you know what? That's life and reality. So even when you're making a big time movie, it has to be the same thing. And like I said with the writing, when you're writing, put how you feel in it. Just be raw with it. It ain't like you're going to go to jail because you put something in there. That's how you felt, and that's reality. Like I said, that's just raw and uncut. Look at a lot of music. There's mainstream music, which is not raw or uncut. I'm not talking about curse words and all that stuff. Then you have underground music. Growing up, I was more of a fan of underground music because they spoke about things that they never talked about on mainstream songs. So I back in the day when they used to sell bootleg DVDs and CDs in New York, I used to get those CDs that they sold the underground rap artists and stuff because I thought they were better at rapping, and I thought they said better things versus just putting popular things on the radio. Same thing with screamo music, stuff like that. You'll never hear it on the radio because something it's just raw and uncut. They say stuff that's true and all that. And like I said, that's what you got to do with your movies. Don't worry about mainstream audiences. Don't focus on one type of audience. You don't want just the American audience to be your primary focus. Yes, this is where the money's at. Yes, this is where the production and stuff happen. But you got to look beyond that. You got to think worldwide. Like Jesus said, go to all the world and spread the gospel. You can't just witness to one kind of people. You can't cater your content to one set of people, because you'll only make so much money. And no, it's not about money, but you'll only have a fan base in one place. You want a worldwide fan base. You want everybody to see the films. So you got to think about other people in other countries when you're writing these films, not just how some moviegoer in Texas or New York is going to feel. Like I said, make it raw and uncut with a capital RAW. We banging.